Alright, hello and welcome to another episode of the 92 team Super League career mode experiment. It's long-winded. Um but welcome back to another season of that. I've just got in from work. I managed to finish early today, so if I'm not fully with it, that is why. I'm just trying to get the spreadsheet up so we could take a look at what happened in season 3. Just trying to find a spreadsheet quickly and then we'll get into it. One thing to cover beforehand. I know that uploads have not been as I said they would be. I was trying to get career mode out on Friday, um, and then I would have had something for. I would have had one of this for Saturday, and then maybe another career mode for Sunday. But career mode, series 3, episode 3, decided it was gonna not upload the way I wanted it to, so I had to do it about 7 different ways. And then I finally realised that you could actually just export it from Twitch itself. You could just copy it across, which is quite easy actually. It still took about 3 or 4 attempts for that. I don't know if it was someone with the file problem. There was some sort of problem. But anyway, that is up now. That was up last night. I apologise for that. This should be up Monday night, which is today. But, circumstances may get in the way of that. So, taking a look then at the leagues. We're now in the Championship with Lazio. We got relegated. So we'll be in the Championship now. We'll have to go to the other leagues section if we want to look at the Premier League, which is kind of annoying, but as long as we're still about, I guess, it's not too bad. So in the Premier League, we've got Ajax, Atletico Madrid, Leverkusen, Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, Chelsea, Barcelona, Inter Milan, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, AC Milan, Napoli, Paris Saint-Germain, Juventus, Real Madrid, Sevilla, Spurs, and Valencia, and Villarreal. Now, in Season 3, the relegated teams from the Premier League, we'll get to them in a second actually, will be in the Championship, and we'll talk about that. But the teams promoted from the Championship, I should say, were Ajax, who are, as you can see up here, at the top of the table in alphabetical order. Then we also have, it'll be one of Benfica, Lyon, Napoli, or Atalanta. Oh, sorry, no. Benfica, Leipzig, Lyon, or Napoli. And as you can see quite clearly, it is Napoli who managed to progress through the playoffs and back into the Premier League. The highest in the Premier League, actually, in Season 3, the highest rising team looked like it was Atletico Madrid, who managed to get in the 6th place spot after being 14th at the halfway mark, and the lowest dropping, or the highest dropping team, I guess, technically. Once again, it always seems to be, but once again, is Tottenham Hotspur. They went from 7th down to 13th. They're not in any danger of relegation like their London rivals who are in the Championship now. But those were the highest movers either way of the table, I guess. You think I know how to do this now 4 seasons in, but I still don't really know how to really intro it or anything like that, or really just talk about things. Anyway, in the Championship, which we are now in, of course, relegated were Lazio, Roma, and Arsenal, so they'll be taking their place in the Championship. So we've got Monaco, Arsenal, Aston Villa, Bilbao, Benfica, Atalanta, Boca Juniors, Borussia Mönchengladbach, Frankfurt, Porto, Lazio, Leicester City, Lyon, Marseille, PSV, Leipzig, Espanyol, Betis, Sociedad, Roma, Sporting, Wolfsburg, West Ham, and Wolves. Now promoted from League One, I don't know who got relegated, but promoted from League One were Wolves, Marseille, and either Espanyol, Lille, Hoffenheim, or Fiorentina. Now, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, it was Espanyol. Was it Espanyol that got through? Where are they? Is it? It might not be. Oh, it is Espanyol. Yeah, 17th. They got through the playoffs. In the Championship last season, the highest moving team up the way was, well, it's actually a tie, I think. Technically, oh, actually, no, it's not a tie at all. I apologise. Lyon were the highest moving. They went from 16th into 5th. They went from 16th to the playoffs into 5th. Unfortunately, they didn't win the playoffs, so we'll spend another season down in the Championship. But what a bit of movement from Lyon. Ajax, of course, the Championship winners of last season. They moved up 8 from 9th place all the way to 1st. In terms of the biggest drop-off, that goes to Monaco, who dropped a whopping 15 places. From 4th all the way down to 19th. But another big surprise, it's not the biggest drop-off by any means, but it is a big drop-off. Everton, minus 10. At the halfway point of Season 3, they were sat mid-table in the Championship, and they ended up being relegated in 22nd place. Now, that is a big fall from grace for a team like Everton, as well as the fact that I don't think they should be getting relegated out of all the teams that are there. In my opinion, I might be biased because it's a Premier League side, but I just don't think it should be relegation for them. But anyway, for League One then, let's move on to League One. I need to go back into the other leagues now. Give me a moment. It's quite awkward now doing it like this, but I should never have got relegated in the first place. It's weird to see Bolton in the Argentinian league. I've gone straight past it. League One. So in League One for Season 4, we've got Bournemouth, Braga, Brighton, Bruges, Crystal Palace, Everton, Schalke, Fenerbahce, Fiorentina, Galatasaray, Getafe, Lille, Levante, Newcastle, Nice, Olympiacos, Celta Vigo, River Plate, Sassuolo, Southampton, Stade Rennais, Hoffenheim, and Torino, as well as Werder Bremen. So the highest movers up in League One Season 3, I think it's a tie between Fenerbahce and Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim were in about 17th or 18th, I believe. I think it's, try to count here, 17th, and they ended up in 5th in the playoffs. Unfortunately, didn't make it through to Championship football, but they got from 17th to 5th, managed to get some playoff football, but the team that tied with them was Fenerbahce, who were in the relegation zone in 21st, managed to secure a nice 9th place, not too far off the playoffs to be honest. Great recovery from Fenerbahce, but the biggest drop here, and it rivals Sassuolo. It's kind of like what Burnley did a couple of seasons ago, but this time it's Besiktas that have done it. They were in 5th, they were in playoff football at the halfway point of the season, and they ended up in 21st. In fact, a lot of the table has changed around here. I'm actually going to go through a couple of these, to be honest. Hoffenheim went up 12, Fenerbahce went up 12, Lille went up 9, Fiorentina and Celta Vigo went up 8. Quite mad. And then, in terms of dropping off as well, Schalke went from 6th to 19th, Nice dropped 10 from 4th to 14th. A lot of the top teams kind of end up in the bottom half. The top teams at the halfway point ended up in the bottom half at the end. And the bottom half, some of those teams ended up near the top. It was a weird League One season, but you can look at all this in the spreadsheet. If it's not making enough sense with me speaking it, the spreadsheet is there for you to look at in the link in the description, as always. So, who got promoted from League 2 then? It was Sassuolo who came up as champions, Levante and Southampton. But it'll be one of Burnley, Rennes, Montpellier and Sampdoria that would come up as well. And it was, in fact, I believe, Stade Rennes, wasn't it? It was Rennes who came up through the playoffs. So, to cover the last league from Season 3, we've got Colne, Mainz, Saint Etienne, Besiktas, Bologna, Burnley, Cagliari, Deportivo Alaves, Augsburg, Bordeaux, Gremio, Hertha Berlin, Independiente, Başakşehir, Lokomotiv Moscow, Monterrey, Montpellier, PAOK, Racing Club, ST Eibar, Sampdoria, Shakhtar Donetsk, Tigres, and Watford. And I've just realised, I'll get to it in a second, but I've just realised that I've forgotten to do something that I would usually do. We'll do it just after this. But in League 2, the highest movers up the table, I think, were Burnley, who, quite frankly, shouldn't even be in that league. They went up 13 from, I believe, 17th to 4th, which is a big glow up for them. And Colne as well. Colne were hanging around near the relegation zone in 21st. They managed to get a mid-table finish in 13th, so it's a big rise from them. The biggest fall, it looks like, it was Bordeaux. Bordeaux in playoff football, I think 6th at the halfway point, 16th at the end of the season. Monterrey, another big fall-off team, who were in actual automatic promotion and then finished 12th. So, big risers and fallers in some of these leagues. But I forgot to do this. I usually do this. Top 4 and bottom 3 of each league. Well, I guess top 4 and promotion and relegation kind of places. So top 4 for the Premier League last season were Liverpool, who won the league, PSG, Bayern Munich and Manchester United completing the top 4. And relegated to the Championship were Lazio, Roma and Arsenal. For the Championship, it was Ajax, Valencia and Napoli that get promoted back up to the Premier League. And in terms of going down from the Championship to League One, it is Everton, Torino and Getafe. In terms of League One promotion then, it will be Wolves, Marseille and Espanyol promoted from League One up to the Championship. And relegated from League One were Besiktas, Shakhtar Donetsk, Cagliari, and Tigres. And then in League Two, the promoted teams were Sassuolo, Levante, Southampton, and Rennes. And if there was to be a conference league or a national league, whatever you want to call it, the two teams that would be going down from season 3 are Mainz and Independiente. So I'm sorry for not covering those top fours and bottom threes kind of thing. Top teams and bottom teams from each league at the start of the video. I apologise for that. Like I said, I'm all over the place just because I got back from work. But before we get into simulating for season 4, I'd like to say once again credit to AFC Jack Vids. His TikTok and the TikTok itself will be, well, his TikTok that he made for this, as well as his TikTok account, they'll both be in the description. The spreadsheet will also be in the description if you want to keep up with how the season is going. So without any further ado, we'll probably get sacked from Lazio quite early in the season, in my opinion, but we'll see how that goes. We're going to sim to the 1st of January, in fact, 2nd of January, because it's just after a game. We'll sim to the 2nd of January, and we'll see where we're at. So while we are simming, I'm going to try and reach for a can of juice out my fridge without my headset having a hissy fit, but I don't know how that will go because the headset is still on its last legs. I haven't got a new one yet, but my voice is going a little bit, and it's been quite a longish day. I mean, technically, in terms of time, it's not been a long day at work because I only did about 5 hours, but in terms of actual work, it's tiring. The amount of work we have to do, because we just come back, it's a lot of work to get on with. We're just starting fresh from like what we finished off before Christmas, but it's still a lot of work to do. And because I'm on my own now rather than working with someone, I've got twice the work pretty much, so not great. Take a little drink as the calendar makes its mind up. Could wait a little while here. So in season 3 as well, I neglected to mention this, but I'll mention it now because I've gone over all the things I really needed to go over to begin with. Basically, we were in charge of 2 teams. We were in charge of Arsenal, then we got sacked because we were bottom of the league with them, and then we took over at Lazio, and then we also got them relegated as well. So we managed to get 2 teams relegated in 1 season. That being said, I believe Lazio and Arsenal will go back up. But we've not started off well with a 3-1 loss to Sporting. I'm not sure who will get promoted. I'm not sure if we will be able to keep the Lazio job for the entire season. But we shall see. That's half the fun of this. I hope the spreadsheet as well, if you have looked at it, is clear enough with how the movement of things have gone in terms of like teams moving up the table, teams moving down the table. I hope it makes enough sense to read. If it doesn't, I could try and make it make more sense. But obviously, if it's not possible, it's not possible. But we've not started off well in the league. A draw against Espanyol. We could be in trouble. No relegation battle, perhaps, on the cards. Should not be good whatsoever. We're losing to Arsenal, man. We're drawing to Mönchengladbach. I wouldn't be surprised if we get sacked soon. I really wouldn't. It's been a disaster-catastrophe. That's a disaster and a catastrophe. All mixed in one terrible fucking disaster. At least we're winning in the cup, I suppose. I believe that's the Carabao Cup. But I'd like to be winning some in the league as well. That's what it's all about. So far from 5 games, we've got 2 points. We actually might go down to League 1. I won't know what the Sociedad result is, but I'm assuming it'll be a loss. I feel like whatever team I manage just goes to shit, is what I've realised here. Drew against Leicester. Drew against Benfica. They might actually sack me if I don't get some wins soon, which would be interesting. Obviously, I've already been sacked once by Arsenal. I took over Arsenal because the guy who made the TikTok is an Arsenal fan. We just lost to Brighton in the cup, and they're below us. Oh, it's yeah. I'd sack me right now. I'd just sack me. Find someone new. Don't get relegated. Oh my god. I think my influence is not helping this save that much. I maybe need to try and go to a team outside these 4 leagues. We're losing to a lot of teams as Lazio. We might actually get back-to-back relegations. I mean, they were never the most secure Premier League side anyway. But, I mean, it's a mess. I may actually just leave myself. I might just resign. If we lose to Wolves, I'm just going to resign and see what I can get because they don't deserve this. Yeah, get me out of here. I'll see if there's any clubs I can manage outside. How am I at 90? Sorry, how am I at 95 rating? I know this is meant to be a whole simulation thing, but I've got questions. How am I 95 rated? I mean, we're selling out games and stuff like that. I wouldn't usually look at this, but like, it's mad. Fight for promotion. I'm in last. I'm gonna see if I can find a job that's out with these 4 leagues. I could go back to Arsenal. Is there any outside these leagues? Yeah. I kind of might go manage one of these, like one of these Belgian teams, like Anderlecht or Antwerp or Genk or something, maybe, just to stay out of it and not have as much of an effect, perhaps. I could go back to Arsenal. They want to win the league title. They're in 16th. What I'm gonna do actually. Who's top of the league? Leipzig. Yeah, I shouldn't be cheating like that. But anyway, no, we'll go to a Belgian league team. And what we will do is we will look at the tables kind of from the outside in. I've just realised that they have to actually accept me as the manager. So I'll have to visual sim for a little bit. In terms of the Anderlecht position... Yeah, alright, cool. We'll go to Anderlecht then, and we'll manage them. We'll be outside the 4 leagues. This might be a slightly longer video than usual because of how just awful it's gone so far. I don't want Lazio to get relegated by my hand. If they can save themselves, I want them to. I don't want my influence to be fucking over teams, pretty much.
A warm welcome to you all. Without further delay,
We get that, yeah. We don't need to see this. Just for the record, I don't know if this is what the guy... Oh, fuck off, man. Well, there goes the copyright claim. But in all seriousness, I just want to get to the end of this season. I just wanted to manage from outside my... Oh my god, PSG. Okay, you know what? We're just going to sim to the end of the season as we usually would, and then we'll look at it from an outsider's perspective. I'm going to try and stay as a team... I'm going to try and manage a team outside of those 4 leagues that we're going to be focusing on, because I think that might be easier. I have absolutely no idea who most of these teams are. Oh wait, I've just realised, did I sim to the end? I think I simmed to the end of the season. I don't want to sim till January. That's on me. I'm glad I realised, because I could have fucked that there. This is just a disjointed mess of a video, innit? I've just got back from work, so I'm not really with it fully. But I do need to get a video out. I'll try and get into a rhythm with career mode and experiment videos. I doubt I'll stick to it because, of course, I've got other stuff going on, but I will try and stick to this as best as I can. We're out of whatever cup we were in, which isn't really my problem. Again, none of this is really my problem. I'm only managing here so I don't have an influence on the other teams, which I think is probably the best move I've made. So once we get to the halfway point, we won't give a fuck about the Belgian league. We'll go take a look at the Premier League, Championship, League One, and League Two. It's probably easiest to view it like this as well because they'll all be next to each other on the other leagues tab. We won't know a lot of the top goal scorers, etc. But who cares? The whole point is to see where teams will finish. So at the halfway point, then let's go on to the Premier League. It'd be easier to just do it like this rather than go through all of them. So in the Premier League, then it's quite a bit. Some have played 20, some have played 19. There's quite a bit of a points gap between first, second, and third. Manchester City sit at the top of the table with Real Madrid second, Bayern third, Chelsea fourth. Leverkusen are in fifth, which is surprising for them. They always seem to be flitting around the relegation zone. Spurs sixth. They always have a good start and then they fall off, but we'll see if that happens again. Liverpool seventh, Inter Milan eighth, ninth at Barcelona, and to complete the top half is Juventus. Now, there's one concerning question for me personally, but we'll see if that question gets answered. PSG in 11th. Man United are in 12th. That's what the question was. Where are Man United? They're in 12th place. Milan in 13th. Villarreal in 14th. Atletico Madrid in 15th. Borussia Dortmund in 16th. Napoli in 17th. So the relegation zone is Sevilla, Valencia, and Ajax. I think 3 teams that started off in the championship to begin with are all in the relegation zone. For the championship, then, we've got Real Sociedad leading the league in first, Arsenal in second. I swear Leipzig were at the top when we took over in Belgium, but they must have fallen off big time. Porto, Atalanta, Monaco, and Espanyol complete the playoffs. Lazio, Leicester, Leipzig, Benfica, Roma, and Mönchengladbach complete the top half. Athletic Club Bilbao, I should say, Wolves, Real Betis, Wolfsburg, West Ham, Lyon, and Aston Villa, PSV, and Sporting are the other surviving teams. But in the relegation zone, and I think we know one club, we've got Marseille, we've got Frankfurt, and we've got Boca Juniors. Where are Lazio? Oh wow, I didn't realise Lazio really saved themselves. Fair, but they just needed me gone. In League, wait, what? Wait, did it do League? Why did it do League 2 before League 1? Whatever. In League 1, we've got Everton, Club Brugge in the promotion spots. Fiorentina, River Plate, Lille, and Southampton complete the playoffs. Celta Vigo, Brighton, Sassuolo, Bournemouth, Getafe, and Fenerbahce complete the top half. As we read down, we've got Braga, Nice, Hoffenheim, Stade Rennais, Galatasaray, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, and Olympiacos. And now in the relegation zone, we've got Werder Bremen, Torino, Schalke, and Levante. I mean, Levante, I think, are probably already down, but we'll see what happens by the end of the season. Oh, I forget that it keeps doing that. Right, League 2. Hertha Berlin sit at the top of the table with Montpellier in second. There's a bit of a gap between first and second, but knowing my luck, both those teams will fall out of the playoffs. Bordeaux in third, the final automatic promotion spot. Then in the playoffs, we've got Besiktas, Deportivo Alaves, Lokomotiv Moscow, and Başak Şehir. Reading down the table, we've got Grêmio, Bologna, Augsburg, Burnley, and Shakhtar Donetsk to complete the top half. Then Racing Club, Cagliari, Watford, Monterrey, Saint Etienne, Tigres, PAOK, Eibar, Mainz, Sampdoria, Independiente, and Cologne. Now, I've realised that some of these league teams now are settling in their leagues, not really going to go up, not really going to go down. But honestly, some of these leagues are just unpredictable as well. So we will go up to the end of the season now. We'll get the end of the season results. I can't really take a look at top scorers and everything like that. So what we'll do is go to the end of the season. We'll take a look at all the big tournaments. We'll take a look at the league tables, of course, and then we'll take a look at the biggest transfers as per usual. See if there's any massive transfers being made. Thought my dog was barking, but she's not, or not yet anyway. Usually around this time she starts barking. Wait, is she? I think she might be barking actually. Again, I know next to none of these Belgian teams. Of course, we've got a wild Cambridge United in here. I believe there's a couple of Belgian teams that are in the experiment. And I'm assuming it's one of the lower league teams because it's Cambridge. I think it might be Club Bruges that have gone in there. I thought it was Man United for a second there on the 22nd. At first glance, it looks a bit like a Man United badge, but of course it isn't. They're in the experiment, and they were struggling last time I checked. Hopefully they can get top 4 again. For the first 3 seasons, Man United have had top 4, so we shall see. Will there be a lot of rising teams going up the table? Will there be a lot of falling teams? Will there be some shocks? Of course, if you don't know the entire list of how far people have grown as a team in between the halfway point and the end point, like say if Man United have gone from 18th to 10th, you need that kind of information. Once again, I'll promote it again. There's a spreadsheet in the description if you want to take a look at every club movement. I'm trying to keep up with it as best I can. It does take about 45 minutes to try and get every bit of information in, but it's not too bad, really. Keeps me out of mischief. I do know Genk. I know Genk. Mainly because they were one of the teams that wanted us. As well as Anderlecht. Does the Belgian season finish earlier? Oh no. There's some new league. There might be some Belgian league playoffs or something. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not that cultured to know about the Belgian league. But those games just appeared out of nowhere. We continue moving along. How many bastard times do we play Genk, man? That's 3 times in the last month and a half. It might be like Scotland, where you have to play all the teams in like the top half and then the bottom half. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. What I do know is we're rapidly approaching the end of the season, and we're going to be looking at the results for all the teams at the end of the season. There should be some very interesting ones. Because some of the teams you expect to get promoted were quite far down. Maybe they'll turn it around. Some of the teams you expected to be far down have actually got themselves into playoffs or top position in the league that they're in. Like Leverkusen in the Premier League is the main one that comes to mind. They're sure to drop quite a bit in my opinion, but I could be wrong. So that is the end of the season, I believe now. So before we go into any leagues, what is this? 1A Pro League. Oh, I didn't do any object. Oh, I'm on 38. How am I not out of here? Anyway, I'm not looking at the championship of the A Pro League or the Croaky Cup, alright? We're going to be looking... I can't look at the FA Cup or anything like that, I've just realised. I didn't think that through. But anyway, we'll look at the Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League then. So Liverpool beat Real Madrid to win the Champions League 2-0. In terms of the Europa League, Manchester City beat FC Nantes 2-0. And then in the... Wow, what a final that would have been in the Europa Conference League. Udinese beating Atletico Madrid 4-3. What? I'd love to see that. Of course, they don't really matter too much, so it's not really a big deal that we can't see the FA Cup or anything like that. I just can't believe that we're on 38 manager rating. We might get sacked again. I mean, technically we didn't get sacked from Lazio. We handed our notice, but... Looking at the Premier League then. PSG really turned around the season, as did Manchester United. So, and Atletico. There will be a lot of rising and falling when we look at the spreadsheet later, but PSG win the league by 8 points. And second place, Atletico Madrid. Third place are Real Madrid, and to complete the top 4 are Manchester United. Let's go. In 5th is Manchester City. Chelsea are 6th. Bayern Munich is 7th. Juventus are 8th. Liverpool are 9th. And to complete the top 10 is Borussia Dortmund. And moving into the bottom half of the table, we've got Barcelona in 11th. AC Milan in 12th. Spurs in 13th. I told you, the usual drop-off, is they've done it again. Leverkusen, though, have dropped even further. They're in 14th. Sevilla in 15th. Inter Milan in 16th. And Valencia in 17th, which means the relegation zone, I already know it, but I'll show you guys. 18th is Napoli. 19th will be Villarreal. And then 20th will be Ajax. So 3 teams, I think, that got promoted are going straight back down. Right? Or was it Valencia that got promoted? I can't remember. I've closed the spreadsheet, so we'll just have to guess. Valencia only surviving by 3 goals, to be fair. But it looks like the Premier League is shaking itself out there. Into the Championship then, and Red Bull Leipzig run away with the Championship title. It's the first time I think they're going to be going up to the Premier League, and when they're playing like that, I think they deserve it. Red Bull Leipzig win the Championship. In second place, automatically going up, is Arsenal. Maybe we go back there and wreck them again. I'm joking. To complete the playoffs, so it is Benfica, Athletic Club de Bilbao, Leicester City, and Real Sociedad. Then we move down. We've got Wolves in 7th, Lazio in 8th, Roma in 9th, Real Betis in 10th, Mönchengladbach in 11th, and Wolfsburg to complete the top half. In terms of the lower half of the table, we've got Atalanta in 13th, Monaco in 14th, Porto in 15th, Sporting in 16th, Lyon in 17th, Frankfurt in 18th, Espanyol in 19th, PSV in 20th, Marseille in 21st. And I can already tell there's a lot of falling teams here. It'll be interesting to go through the spreadsheet and take a look and compare. But in the relegation zone of the Championship, we've got Boca Juniors, we've got Aston Villa, who after getting back-to-back promotions couldn't hold on to a Championship and will be going back down to League One. And then West Ham will also be going either back down or down. I can't remember if they were in League One to begin with. Now, obviously, we see League Two first, but because it's stupid, I don't know why it does that. We'll go to League One, obviously. Brighton win League One by 3 points ahead of Celta Vigo, who just take that other promotion spot. In the playoffs, it will be Everton, Getafe, Fiorentina, and Sassuolo. Sassuolo in the playoffs. And they actually could go back-to-back. And they are only just in the playoffs. Look how close it is between them and Southampton. The exact same goal difference. I think it's just because Sassuolo have scored more that they are in that top 6. So Southampton 7th, Hoffenheim 8th, Fenerbahce 9th, Lille 10th, Torino 11th. And Torino in 11th is quite mad considering they were in the relegation zone. I remember that. And Stade Rennais complete the top half of the table. Nice are 13th, Olympiacos 14th, Levante 15th, Club Brugge 16th, Crystal Palace 17th, Bournemouth 18th, River Plate 19th, Werder Bremen 20th. I already know one of the teams that is going down, but we'll take a look at the relegation zone. It is Galatasaray, it is Braga, it is Newcastle once again being relegated. That was a team I knew. And it's Schalke as well at the rock bottom of the league. So we've got one more league to go. It is League Two, and we saw it, but we'll take a look at it again. Hertha Berlin absolutely destroying their competition. It's like Cullingworth's second season in League Two and the other career mode that I'm doing. 21 points clear of Montpellier, who also get a promotion spot, as well as Lokomotiv Moscow, who will go back up to League One. And then one of Monterrey, Watford, Besiktas, and Başakşehir will go up as well. Reading down the table, we've got Eibar, we've got Saint Etienne, we've got Augsburg, we've got Bordeaux, we've got Independiente, who complete the top half of the table. As we continue, we've got Bologna, we've got Shakhtar Donetsk, we've got Burnley, we've got Racing Club, we've got Sampdoria, Gremio, Köln, PAOK, Deportivo Alaves, Tigres, who have fucking fallen off completely. They were League One not too long ago. Cagliari, who were also League One not too long ago. It's crazy, some of these drops. And then Mainz at the bottom of the Football League. So if we were to have a National League, it would be Cagliari and Mainz to go down to that. So one more thing to cover, of course. We can't take a look at the FA Cup, and we can't take a look at the other cups either because we are now in Belgium. But we'll take a look at the biggest transfers of Season 4. All clubs, biggest numbers. Have I done by date? Oh, yeah, big brain. Alright, so the biggest move was Ansu Fati, who's gone from Barcelona to Chelsea for 129.5 million. We've then got Thomas Lemar, who's gone from Lazio to Bayern Munich. We've got Ramos, who I don't recognise, but he doesn't look too bad at all. He'll be moving from Benfica to Athletic Bilbao for 80.1 million. Renato Sanchez will move to Liverpool. I'm just going to scroll down these now. I'm not going to read them all out. Just see if there's any that take me by surprise. Barcelona have sold Stones to Chelsea. He's gone back to the Premier League. Brian Brobby, who we hear a lot about, and he is Ajax just now. I don't know if he's at Ajax in real life. I can't remember. But as we read down, the numbers, the amount goes down drastically. No real surprises. Some of these are actually transferring out to different teams that aren't even in this experiment. And some are transferring to other places in the experiment. It keeps scrolling twice. I apologise for that. My D-pad is completely fucked. We'll go all the way down to the bottom just to see if there's any... How is Tadibo doing? Because he was one I used in Bradford City. He hasn't grown too well. We'll continue down. We'll go a little bit faster now because we're nearly at the end. Any surprise? Not really a lot of surprises. But for God's sake, money is being thrown around at the top end of proceedings because I think that's the biggest transfer we've actually had so far with Ansu Fati. And by God, look at him. Look at his stats. No wonder he's getting so much money thrown about for him. He is going to be ridiculous. Might be when we get to the top of the table with Collingwood, we might be signing Ansu Fati, so you might see him in a Collingwood video. Will we keep our job? Right. I thought we might get to the end of the season. I didn't realise we get sacked that fast. Now, where do I have to go? Because if I have to go back in within the 4 leagues, I don't have to. Okay, surveying. There's a lot of managerial moves here for me, personally. We're reading this, and then we're about to get to the end of the month, and then we'll be reading this again. We finished the season. I don't know why I just didn't wait till next season.
A warm welcome to you all. Without further delay, we are pleased to introduce your new manager.
We don't stick around in one place for too long. We make ourselves known across everywhere. But the season's done. We'll just sim up to the end of season 4. Player contracts expiring. None of my business. I just got here and make you figure out. Let's get to the end. And obviously we'll be kept on. I mean, it's not like it's rocket science. We will be kept on. We've just got here. The board are delighted with your performance. Yeah, I've done nothing. I've literally done nothing. I was going to do 15 seasons of this, but I don't know if I will. I'd like to, just to see where things are at the end. But I don't know. We'll see. Because interest in it's kind of dropping off a little bit, so I don't know. But again, interest dropping off for the Collingwood career mode as well. Not as many views on those videos, but I'm still going to be doing them. Mainly because I want to be. It's not all about views anyway. It's just about if you enjoy making the videos, which I do. So I probably will continue it for 15 seasons. But I'm just thinking, I don't know. Maybe is it worth it kind of thing. But we have completed. There's a lot more movement, I think, in this season than there was last season, especially in the top leagues. Especially in the top league. I think Premier League had a lot more movement there than it usually does. Be interesting to be writing out this spreadsheet and seeing what has happened, really. And what is yet to happen. So, of course, usually we'll skip the preseason and we'll probably end it there. But PSG... once again, winning the league. What I really should do is I should look at them now and see who got promoted and who got relegated. I mean, We got Arsenal and Leipzig, but I can't really tell. Yeah, no, it's probably better to do it after the fact for the start of next episode. I can't tell who else came up. Did Napoli get relegated? Am I tripping? Or did Napoli survive, maybe? I don't remember, honestly. Valencia survived, didn't they? Wait, hold on. Valencia and the game's bugged. Alright, cool. The game's bugged. The experiment might be in the bin a little bit. I'm pretty sure Valencia beat Napoli on goal difference to survive, but they're the ones that have gone down. What's happened in League Two then? Let me guess. Hertha Berlin haven't actually gone up. I think everything else looks alright in these other leagues, right? Monterrey came up in the playoffs, but I mean, I might be wrong. It might actually be Valencia that or Napoli that survived on goal difference, and Valencia were to go down. I might be wrong on that, but I'll take a look when I do the spreadsheet. And if Napoli have robbed this from Valencia, then it's gonna be a bit of a problem. But I hope you guys have enjoyed season 4 of this 92 team Super League career mode experiment. Credit once again to AFC Jack Vids for the TikTok idea. His TikTok account, the TikTok video itself, and the spreadsheet will all be in the description. All the links will be there if you want to take a look at any of those. If you want to do this experiment yourself, of course, look at the TikTok, set it all up, and enjoy it. But I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for either this or for some Collingwood FC Create a Club career mode.